Wide Web, an invention that changed the future of the human world, has completed 30 years of its existence. On 12th March 1989, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, working for Europe's physics lab CERN, proposed a decentralized system of information management. This signaled the birth of the World Wide Web and is now used by billions of people.
To self-explain, like it's been 30 years. As of today, like every job, everything is dependent on it. It's not a necessity, it's not a luxury. Basically, everybody is dependent on the internet. Just imagine a couple of hours without internet. So even the connectivity, whether it comes to the bank, school, colleges, any financial transactions, online shopping, anything, any kind of communication is dependent on the internet. So it's a dependency, and it's been 30 years. And today's phase, like in early 90s, see, that was the internet was introduced, and in early 2000, where Wi-Fi is a new thing in India.
Initially, Berners-Lee proposed a system of hypertext links, the possibility of clicking keywords on one page and being led directly to the page dedicated to them, thus connecting to several other pages. He envisioned a large hypertext database with typed links named Mesh to help his colleagues share information among multiple computers. Berners-Lee was then allowed more time by his boss to develop his flowchart into a working model, writing the HTML language, the HTTP application, and World Wide Web app, the first web browser and page editor. By 1991, the external web servers were up and running. On 6th August 1991, the first website went online. It was dedicated to the World Wide Web project and was hosted on Berners-Lee's Next computer. The website described the basic features of the web, how to access other people's documents, and how to set up your own server. In 1992, Berners-Lee uploaded the first photo on the web, an image of the CERN house band. In April 1993, the web was made public. CERN made World Wide Web technology available on a royalty-free basis. By making the software required to run a web server freely available, along with a basic browser and a library of code, the web was allowed to flourish. However, the turning point in the history of the World Wide Web began with the launch of the Mosaic web browser in November 1993. Mosaic was a graphical browser developed by a team at the National Center for Supercomputing Applications at the University of Illinois. It is the first search engine that accepted pictures and is credited with popularizing the World Wide Web. Mosaic was later replaced by the likes of Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and Mozilla Firefox.
World Wide Web is an application which has been developed or supported by HTTP URL and the HTML programming. So it's basically an application through which the combination and inclusion of the HTML and HTTP versions through which URL are made, and through which you can it's totally, and World Wide Web itself is a meaningful thing. Through that you can just open it into the browsers. The HTML part is opened into the browsers through the HTTP URLs.
The web has changed a lot since it was first created. The first websites were made up of simple pages of just words and pictures. Most people could not create their own web pages. In order to make a web page, one had to write HTML code by hand. As the web began to develop, people started communicating and sharing more. They used social network sites and blogs. It became much easier to create own content on the web and also to share it. This new type of web became known as Web 2. Today, the way people use the web has changed, but technologies have not. Many of the technologies that ran the first web pages are still in use today. Although search engines have become better at reading, understanding, and also processing information. With the evolution and development of web, the number of internet users also rose significantly, from only a few million in the early 1990s to more than 400 million people by 2000, the year which marked the beginning of wireless internet for all.
Protocol HTTP, where it converts the protocols into a layman visual thing, it converts into the HTML format, where a user can easily view the graphics as well as the text into its own browsers, where he can understand the normal user language or a layman language, which converts into the human readable language. Those are the protocols.
In the words of Sir Tim Berners-Lee, the web has today become a public square, a library, a doctor's office, a shop, a school, a design studio, an office, a cinema, a bank, and so much more. It has brought more than half of the world online. It has connected the world in a way that was not possible before and made it much easier for people to get information, share, and also communicate. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.